Don is now followed by the Mafia. Mafia, you have 1 minute before the time starts now.
I think this is probably the best way I've found to make friends in London for that reason, because the game forces you to.
You get to meet so many interesting people in such a fun, social, dynamic way. Mafia is a very exciting game, and it requires a lot of different skills, such as like logic, memory, emotional intelligence.
The game was founded by one player in Russia, and his idea was that a small group of people who are in the know will always defeat a team of a majority of people who are not in the know. And that's what Mafia is about.
Good morning, everyone. And play number 5, it's your final minute.
We have always 10 players at the table, no less, no more, and one judge, which you can see sitting at the very back of the table there. We have 2 teams. One is the Mafia, which are basically the bad guys, and the citizens, which are the good guys. The citizens need to listen to each other and try to find out who are the culprits, the Mafia, the liars of the game. And the Mafia's idea is to deceive and try to persuade you that they're innocent and that the Mafia is someone else.
It seems like a simple game, but actually there's so many different scenarios. So it can be quite exciting to play it. And every time you play, you learn something new. You really get to understand what makes a great argument. And by looking through the flaws in other people's arguments, it teaches you a lot about paying attention, about convincing people. And also, it's just so much fun. There's no feeling more euphoric than figuring out when someone's a Mafia or getting away with a lie. People just like playing games, and it's just like Mafia is a very exciting game, and it requires a lot of different skills, such as like logic, memory, emotional intelligence, speaking skills as well, and like people can also practice the skills when they play.
So you come out of it feeling a lot more confident in public speaking, being able to address an argument on the table. Especially if it's people who are completely new and you need to be able to introduce yourself in a very captivating way.
I think one of the really interesting things about an event like this is all the soft skills you don't even realize that you're practicing and perfecting while you're here. Sometimes I would get slightly anxious in social situations, especially when meeting new people, and especially when doing things that started to get my heart racing. And what was fantastic about this is I could get my adrenaline going in a controlled environment where it's all about keeping your arguments articulated. I can sometimes get socially anxious, but I think a good thing about playing Mafia is that you always need 10 players, and people are genuinely very welcoming. So that's what first attracted me to this community, that people would be like, yeah, of course, join us.
When you're an adult, there are very few ways you meet new people. You meet new people at work, you have your friends that you have from college or university, but that's really kind of it. Meetup was a fantastic way to meet people in unique ways, where you're having conversations that weren't the traditional conversations you might have at work. They really kind of pushed the boat out there. They got you into some unique situations, and from that you really were able to bypass some of the awkward small talk and get somewhere so deep because of it.
For me personally, it was a good way to meet people in London. I was also alone. I didn't have really a lot of friends in London, so it's a really good way to meet new people and do a hobby that I really enjoy. You're kind of forced through the game to speak to people, and then after the game, it's really cool to analyze the game with the people you were up against and the people who were with you and not agreeing with you.
One of the great things about Mafia is because it's a social deduction game, you really have to pay attention to the people around you. You have to read the small cues. You have to listen to what they say. You really have to engage with them, with strangers who you might literally know absolutely nothing about. And so it was a really fun way to not only develop some great skills, but also just really get to know people.
So I think this is probably the best way I've found to make friends in London for that reason, because the game forces you to make connections.
It's a very nice community. So you come here, you also make friends, you meet very good, interesting people, and sometimes we do things outside of Mafia as well. But also we all enjoy playing a game as well, and so it's a reason for us to meet up as well. And especially in a place like London, where it's very international and lots of people are coming from different places. So it's just wonderful balance between you make fantastic connections with phenomenal people who remember you even when you might take a couple of months off. But you also get to really know yourself at the same time and know your limits in ways
that you didn't even think you could push yourself beyond?
Number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. Thank you. Dawn, please wake up. Go to the sheriff. Please can I ask sheriff to wake up?